Hello YouTube, I'm back again with the HTC One M8. This video I'm making especially for one of my subscribers, Adam Kanj. I had done an HTC One M8 battery life test the other day, and one of my subscribers requested that if I could do a video with the GSam battery monitor app. This is an app which monitors the activity of your battery at the back end when you're using your phone. It tells you detailed stats of what your phone been using all this time, whilst you've been using the phone, how much the battery, the Wi-Fi, the radio transmitters in the phone, and various other aspects which use and consume the battery in the phone. So it gives you detailed stats of what the phone has been using ever since it's left the charge from 100% on the charger. Okay, so let's get back straight into GSam battery monitor app. I've been using this app for a while now. Today I was using the phone quite heavily, aggressively. That's what Adam requested actually. He wanted me to go full throttle with the phone and see how the battery would last, and he wanted me to show you guys and him the stats with the GSam battery app will be collecting. So let's go into the app. It's right now on my home screen. Okay, so here we are. These are the stats for the batteries ever since I took it off charge. One thing to note, the stats reset themselves once the battery reaches 100%. That is when you fully charge it, everything goes on the screen, as you can see, goes to 0, and then it starts a new cycle. So I had to charge the phone to up to 100% fully before I could get the stats from 0. So I've had the phone off the charger for the past 8 hours and 10 minutes, as you can see, it shows up there, and the battery consumed was 58%. Now I had the Bluetooth on, as you can see. Let's start from the bottom. The Bluetooth was on about for 2 hours and 12 minutes. It's still on, and I was constantly streaming music to my Bose wireless Bluetooth speaker. I was using WhatsApp quite aggressively. I was also using Facebook. As you can see, the notifications are still coming up. I was also reading the Geek app. That's the app which keeps me up to date to all the latest gadget news. So that was being used. I have watched quite a few clips of YouTube over the phone the last few hours as well. So the screen time was fairly high, about nearly, as per this it says, close to 2 hours and 1 quarter. 2 hours and 1 quarter. The phone radio, that's the spec. This is the one which shows that how long the phone has been transmitting the GSM signal. I never had to use 3G or 4G because I was at home, so I preferred Wi-Fi. It's very hard to replicate, the real lifetime test lab scenarios when you are at home. But I tried my best to do the best I could. And I used Wi-Fi because obviously I need to speak to my friends and family, so I couldn't leave the phone on 3G or 4G, as Wi-Fi is much quicker. I have 100 meg Virgin Media broadband, so I think when it comes to that kind of speeds, 3G and 4G doesn't really hold against the against 100 meg broadband. Anyway, so yeah, phone radio. It was constantly transmitting. I didn't make no phone calls, unfortunately, because nobody called me, and I had to call nobody as well. It was just my day off and I was relaxing, so I had no phone calls. Screen on time, as you can see, 2 hours and 18 minutes. Phone radio, 8 hours and 13 minutes, 5.7% total used. Wi-Fi was active for nearly 4.5 hours. Now I was constantly using Wi-Fi all this time. Like I said, I was on YouTube watching videos for nearly about 3/4 of an hour. I had my Facebook on. I had my Geek app. I was reading articles on it. Plus I had I've got 2 email accounts constantly syncing at the back, and as you can see here, the sync is non-stop on, so I had to push it to make sure that the phone was used for full throttle. That's what Adam wanted. Adam wanted me to switch on nearly everything, so I could just use the phone at full throttle to see how the battery would stand. So I got the phone on permanent auto sync, so it was constantly syncing at the back end. All my apps, everything was been syncing. My 2 accounts, I've been sending a few emails today. I have received a few emails today as well. So my Gmail account and also my Hotmail account, both were syncing constantly at the back end. The emails come in every few minutes. So 2 accounts syncing. I played a bit of music on boom sound speakers as well. As we all know that boom sound speakers can actually drain the battery a lot quicker. So I had about half an hour of boom sound music on speakers as well. So that was a bit of battery drain. Brightness was kept at auto at all times. This is one of the few phones on which actually the auto brightness system works perfectly. So if you're in a dark room, the screen gets brighter, and if you're in a bright room, the screen goes dimmer. So it works perfectly. So that's why I left it on auto brightness. Wi-Fi was on, and Bluetooth, as I've shown you in the stats, has been on for the past nearly 2.5 hours. The app usage was about 36.5%. Let's go into the app usage, and it will give you further details of what I've been doing. Like I said, I watched quite a few YouTube clips, and I was also using my Facebook, reading EpiGeek, and I don't like the HTC keyboard, so I had the Google keyboard installed from day one anyway. Mobile, Avast Mobile running at the back end, and a few other apps including WhatsApp, and I read a few articles from Amazon as well, and I was also going through Blink feed a few times using the Facebook Messenger, my mail gallery, and all that. So 36.5% of battery was consumed by the apps that I was running at the back end. Now if you go, we don't know, thank you. Okay, if you click on the options at the bottom, you can go on more, and it will show you, it will take you to the option where it will show you how long the battery has been using, and what the Android system says as opposite to the GSam battery app. It's almost the same as the GSam app. As you can see, YouTube was used more than any other app on the phone. Like I said, I nearly watched 3/4 of an hour of YouTube, different clips, different reviews, just to push it to the limit. As you know, when you're streaming any content, whether it's on YouTube or live streaming, it drains the maximum amount of battery from the phone. Facebook, Blink feed, and all the rest is the same. One thing I've noticed is the GSam battery app actually consumes a lot of battery, nearly 5%. Of my usage in the last week or so of GSam battery app, I think the phone's battery has drained a little quicker than I would have expected. I actually also uninstalled it for a few days and then noticed, and I was surprised that without the GSam battery app, the battery wasn't draining as much. So Adam, something for you to consider, and others as well. GSam app actually drains the battery a bit more than usual. So after I'm finished with this, I'll probably uninstall the battery app. I don't have to keep the GSam battery up and running, because this kind of battery stats can always be looked at in the power section on the Android system itself. Like if you go on settings, you go on power, and then you go on the history. That goes to show you how long you've been using the phone for. As you can see, for 8 hours and 18 minutes, I was nearly constantly using the phone throughout. Adam, I do apologize if this wasn't aggressive enough, but you know, it's not easy to replicate a lab experiment environment at home. So I tried to use the phone as much as I could. So as you can see, from the last 8 hours and 18 minutes, the battery was draining, and I was constantly using the phone throughout. So go back to usage. So this is the same usage which the app brought us back to on the Android operating system. So if you have these kind of stats already built in on Android, I don't see much point of having a GSam battery app installed in your phone, especially if it drains the battery out. So there you have it, guys. This was the quick video for GSam battery app monitoring. From what you can see, I mean, if Adam is, or anybody, any of you thinking about the battery life on the HTC One I made, I can assure you that the battery will last you a long time. It can last you all day very, very easily, no matter how aggressively you use the phone. I mean, the kind of usage that I've shown you, it is quite aggressive, and it's used 61% of battery in 8 hours. That means it can last you another good 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours easily on the battery that is left on the phone right now. So meaning that we can have about 14 to 15 hours of aggressive heavy usage on the HTC One M8. Now this is a big improvement from last year's M7, where I was draining much quicker than this. HTC claimed that they had 40% more battery on the M8, and that claim is absolutely spot on. Now that I've had the phone for nearly a month, I'm very satisfied with the battery life of the phone. So guys, there you have it. Any questions, please do ask me in the comments section, and do subscribe. And if you want any more videos, please do let me know, and I'll be more than happy to put any more videos which could help you making the decision to buy the HTC One M8. Thank you.